poppin' people? My name is Doug Ken. Today I'd like to discuss the state of Dead by Daylight. So I've been playing this game on and off since they've implemented a change that nerfed healing speeds, nerfed Dead Hard, nerfed the final gen regression perks that are actually good. And I'd like to speak on what I think about the current state of Dead by Daylight. So what I'm about to say is probably going to be a little controversial to some, but I think that from a pure mechanical standpoint, and I mean like, perks, gen speeds, healing speeds, things of that nature, survivor add-ons, survivor items, things of those natures. I think that the game is in the most balanced spot it's ever been. And I think it's in a really good spot for balance from a pure gameplay mechanic standpoint. Now, I know some of you may be thinking, well, Duckhead, that's not really saying that fucking much, because you have the meta of 2019 and before with Prime Dead Hard, Old Ruin if you thought that was broken, Pop Goes the Weasel if you thought that was broken, Balanced Landing. Then you had the Gen Kick meta of 2022 with Eruption, Columbine, Overcharge of 3-genning. You had the fucking meta where you did all kinds of crazy shit. You could do all kinds of crazy shit. And to that I'll say, fair point. I know that's probably not saying much because this game has been wildly unbalanced in its lifetime. And from a gameplay mechanic, if you're going away from gameplay mechanics, this game is still pretty unbalanced. But from a pure mechanic standpoint, with the perks and everything, no killer powers, no maps, I think this game is actually pretty balanced right now. So with that being said, what do I think they should do going forward in Dead by Daylight? So what they have been doing, they seem to be balancing the game around the higher echelon of players. What do I mean by that? They seem to be balancing the game around top MMR, high MMR. And I actually like that. Let me explain. I don't like fucking skill-based matchmaking. I really hate that shit. I really don't think it should be in Dead by Daylight. I fucking hate skill-based matchmaking. It ruins Dead by Daylight. It even ruins a lot of the other games I play, but whatever. That's neither here nor there. Since we don't have a ranked mode in Dead by Daylight, and since one really makes sense, I don't like skill-based matchmaking. But I do like that they're balancing the game around the higher echelon of players. Because if you give newer players crutches and things that aid them, things that help them to a substantial degree, that means when they become higher tier players and higher tier players in general, they will have more things to exploit. Like that base kit unbreakable shit they were going to add a few months back, which I hope to God they're not adding that shit. Like Circle of Healing, like self-care. You can't have those things in the game because the higher tier players will exploit the shit out of it. So, in that regard, I like that they are balancing the game around higher MMR, the high echelon of players. Now, with that being said, they're also taking away crutches, which is good, because if you do want to have a game that's balanced, you have to have as few crutches in the game as you can. For example, Dead Hard was a crutch, probably the biggest crutch in the history of Dead by Daylight. Old Eruption was a crutch, really bad crutch. Circle of Healing was a crutch. Overtuned fucking fast as shit medkits were a crutch. If you want to say Old Pop Goes the Weasel, whatever, you want to call that a crutch, fine. If you want to call Scorching Pain Resonance a crutch, old Scorching Pain Resonance, that's fine. So they're getting rid of all these crutches and they're getting down to the essence of Dead by Daylight, which is gen speed, chases. That's it. Gen speed and chases. That's it. So now that they've gotten the balance, mechanically speaking, in a really good place, a pretty good place for the most part, what they should do now is they should focus on the maps. They don't need to nerf anything else. Not right now. They don't need to really buff anything else. Not right now. Until they take care of the maps. How many maps in this game, when you load into, when you're in the fucking offering screen and you see that shit being burned, how many maps in this game are you just like, oh fuck, well, I lost? I can name like 7, dude. Seriously. Like, you got Decimated Borgo, you got Bad Ham Preschool, you got Orman, you got fucking, what else? Fucking, Garden of Joy. You got fucking Cold Wind, Red Forest. You got Haddonfield. You got a bunch of these maps. I see them. I'm just like, bro, I fucking lost, bro. Fuck me, I lost. In my opinion, Cold Tower and Ironworks of Misery, those are the pinnacle of map design in Dead by Daylight, in my opinion. Those are the pinnacle of map design. Those two maps, they aren't too big. The loops aren't too strong. And the survivors have enough to work with in terms of loops that it isn't too oppressive for the killer if they catch them anywhere in the fucking map. So those are the pinnacle of map design, in my opinion. We need to get every single fucking map that has the same balance as those two maps. Ironworks of Misery and Cold Tower. Those are really good. After they fix the maps and bring them down to a balanced point that is similar or relativistic to those two McMillan maps, what I would like to see them do, I would like to see them do an add-on pass. So bring the really, really fucking good add-ons of like Blight, for example. Bring those down a little bit. And then for the lower tier killers or maybe a mid-tier killer like Nemesis, definitely like a Trapper or Sadako, you have to buff their add-ons. Alright? You really do. Nemesis add-ons are fucking horrible. All of them are fucking bad. Like, there are maybe like 2 or 3 that are good. That's ridiculous. And even those aren't really that impactful. Hillbilly's add-ons are shit. There are a bunch of killers you need to fucking buff their add-ons. And on top of that, you need to just kind of buff those killers in general, give them a little bit of love in their base kit after you work on the maps. And I think once you do that, Dead by Daylight will be in a pretty good place, man. Now, to do this, what they'll have to do is they'll have to stop coming out with shit every fucking 3 or 4 months. I wish they would stop doing that shit. I really do. I really do, because when they do that, they can't really focus on balance because they just keep adding more broken shit into the game, either mechanically broken or just broken gameplay wise. I don't understand. They need to fucking stop adding shit. That's what I'd like to see them do. But anyway, what do you think Behavior should do with Dead by Daylight? Which direction do you think they should go in? Let me know in the comment section down below. Anyway, for those of you who are subscribed to me, viewer builds is going to continue. I just have to stretch those videos out a little bit because I don't get a lot of people commenting on those videos telling me which builds to run. So I'm going to have to stretch those out over the next few weeks. But viewer builds is still happening. Alright? Alright. By the way, go to viewer builds and leave a comment telling me which killer and which build I should play. Alright? Okay. Alright, anyway. Yeah. Wait, hold up. Hit that fucking like button. I'll beat you in the fucking ass. Yeah. I don't know what I should do now with all strength I use. Breaking the news.